Hello everybody, happy New Year's and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Elena and today I'm going to be telling you guys about the 19 things that I've learned in 2019. So for me, 2019 has been a crazy year, crazy in both good and bad ways. Honestly, like I want to say the good always outweighs the bad because that's just the way that I see it. But the bad was really tipping the scales for a lot of times this year. It's really been insane. And I feel like this year I've learned more than I've learned in my entire life. And I just want to share with you guys some of my knowledge, some of my experiences from this year. So just a quick little disclaimer. Anything that I say in this video is my opinion only, based on my experiences, based on my life. If you don't like it or you're offended by something that I say, I'm sorry. You can exit the video, you can close your eyes, you can plug your ears. At the end of the day, my opinion shouldn't really mean much to you, especially if I don't know you. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. There is not a single person on this planet that I can trust to always have my good and like my best intentions in mind, to always remain solid, to always be there when I need them, except my mom. That's the one person that I know will always be there, will always want the best for me, will never do me wrong. So mama, shout out to mama because she is the realest on my team without a doubt. If you don't think they would do you like that, then think again. This year I have been so surprised with some of the people in my life because I sometimes am naive in my process of thinking, and I think that certain people will never hurt me. They will never do me dirty. They will never go against me. They'll always be there. And that's not true. Just because someone is, one way with you today, they might wake up tomorrow and be a completely different person. So you can never be too confident that the people around you are going to be there in the way that you want them to always. And if you really don't think that they would do you like that, like I said, think again. It can happen to anyone. It can happen at any time. Statistics are a thing, and you might just fall in that statistic where, the people you love or your friends or your family just fully switch up on you and they just do things to you that you never thought they would. So I have learned to get out of that sort of naive thinking where I think that everything is perfect and people will never hurt me, because that's completely not true. And 2019 has really been eye-opening for that. When people can't control you, they're going to control what others think of you. So I'm a very nice person, and my niceness leads me to getting taken advantage of so many times. And there's been times in the past where people have taken a lot of advantage of me, and eventually I've stood up for myself and I haven't been putting myself in those positions. Now, because these people have lost access to me in one way, they want to kind of regain some of that power, regain some of that control. So instead of now controlling me, they're controlling what others think of me, meaning that now they're kind of spreading these lies or spreading these rumors or making me look bad in certain ways, making me look bad in front of certain people, because they still want to have some sort of control over my life, because I'm not giving them that direct, control. I'm not letting them manipulate me anymore. So remember that manipulators will always be manipulators. They will find a way. If they don't have direct access to you, they will try to access everyone around you and try to make you look like shit. So if you're like one of these people that I'm talking about, please go to hell. I have learned this year that there are so many people who are not happy with who they are. And because they're not happy with themselves, they don't want you to be happy with yourself either. So they're going to project their insecurities onto you. So when people are talking shit or they're hating on me for no reason, I never really take it to heart, because I think, okay, there's something that's clearly lacking in their life, whether that's love or acceptance or being heard or whatever it may be. There's something lacking within them that they don't have. And now they want to try to project it onto me because maybe I do have that, right? So people are really unhappy with themselves, and it's actually really sad. Like, if you don't feel confident and like secure with yourself, why do you want to try to bring others down? And that's what I've noticed. The people who talk the most shit, the people who are always constantly hating on others, they're the ones who are the most insecure. They're the ones who have the lowest self-esteem. So just remember that instead of hating on others, instead of trying to bring others down, you can work on yourself. You can uplift yourself. so that you don't have to project your insecurities onto others. Nobody ever wants to go to the root of the problem. They just want to kind of blame everything on the other people around them. They don't realize that all the hate is filled with inside of them. So please seek therapy. I don't know why in 2019, I feel like everyone's been trying to test me. Like, people just don't think I have the knowledge that I do. They don't think I'm capable of certain things. They are always undermining my abilities or my wisdom. And, I used to get mad about that. I'm like, you know what? Like, why is everyone just not seeing me for who I really am? But then I realized, what do I gain from trying to prove myself to someone who doesn't believe that I can do something or that I know something? I gain one person's acceptance. Do I really want their acceptance or care for it in the first place if they're already doubting me? No. So you don't have to prove yourself to anybody but yourself. So if you know that you are a certain way, you know that you're confident with the knowledge that you have, you're confident in your abilities, then that's great. That's all that matters. Who gives a fuck about what anybody else says? Who cares about what anybody else thinks? If you are confident in yourself and you know that you are capable, then there you go. You've already won. You are not that special. And the reason I say this is because I've done a lot of research this year. And by research, I mean like scientific, peer-reviewed articles that have thousands and thousands of citations in a bunch of different journals about this effect called the illusory superiority effect, okay? And I'm gonna make a completely separate video about that. But basically, what this means is that we, as humans, sometimes fall into this trap where we think that we are better than others, that we are sort of like on this higher pedestal, and everyone else is like kind of down here. But there's really no concrete evidence for that. So unless there is like a certain scientific test where you can prove that you are better than me or that I am better than you, then we have to realize that we're not really that special. Like, what really separates you from your neighbor? What really separates you from me? And I think the problem is a lot of people let their egos get way too high where they start belittling others because they think they're better than them, because they think they're smarter and prettier and whatever. That's great. Like, I want your ego to be high. I want you to feel good about yourself. But when it gets to a certain point where you feel like you are otherworldly, where you feel like you are God tier, when you really have nothing that really makes you like that, like, okay, you might be pretty, but does that mean that everyone should treat you like a god and worship you? Remember, there's 7 billion people, more than that, on this planet. The things that you are going through, the things that you've experienced, every single aspect of your personality is repeated in someone else. So you're not that special, but neither am I, and that's okay. One thing that I've really worked on this year is trying to show my appreciation and love for my friends and for my family and stuff, because life is way too short. I might wake up tomorrow and die. You might wake up tomorrow and die. And I'm not scared of death. I'm really not. But I'm afraid of dying without saying the things that I needed to say or without doing the things that I needed to do. And the way that I see it is, if you care for others, if you love others, why should we keep that in? Why do we only talk about our feelings? And why do we only show appreciation on things, for example, like on someone's birthday or, very limited times throughout the year? That's why this year I have really tried to show my friends that appreciation that I have for them, show the people that I love them, do these acts of kindness because I truly want to, because I truly care and love these people. Because like I said, I don't want to die knowing that I have all these feelings that I've never talked about, that I've never brought out. And at the end of the day, if you can make someone's day, if you can make someone happy and feel appreciated, why wouldn't you do it? What does it cost you? It costs you $0 to be nice. It costs you $0 to express your love. There's nothing cool about pretending that you're heartless and that you don't have any feelings or that you don't care about others. There's literally nothing cool about that shit. There's really not. What's actually cool is when you can take all those feelings, you can take all that love, and you can actually verbalize that, and you can also show that to people through your actions. 2019 has been my year of confrontation. Confront whoever, ask whatever questions you need, get your clarification, get some clarity. Literally this year, if people have been acting weird, if people have been talking weird, if people have been doing things I don't like, I will confront them about it. I will talk to them about it, because you know why? Communication is key. But you know what's more key? Understanding is key. And I can communicate all I want, but if me and another person are not at a level of understanding, then what's the point? So that's why I always confront, because I want to know, why are you acting like that? Why are you doing these things? Why are you not doing certain things? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you want to know something, just ask. I've realized that I have nothing to lose and I have everything to gain when I ask these questions. Don't be too afraid to ask the questions that you need, to seek the clarity that you want. If someone's treating you like shit, confront them. And if someone confronts you, then be understanding, be open-minded, and really just talk to them about it and see where you guys have a misunderstanding and try to work it out. Stop minimizing yourself to make others feel good about themselves. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change the way that I act for you to feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable about the way that I act or my personality or the way that I'm so upfront or, loud or whatever, then tell your therapist, tell your mom. I'm not going to minimize myself and my confidence and, my esteem to make you feel better. And that kind of goes with the previous thing I said, that, people are unhappy and insecure with themselves. So people will want to try to bring you down to their level. Don't do that. Just be yourself unapologetically. And whoever can't deal with that, like I said, they can take it up with their therapist. Because at the end of the day, life is too short for you to try to be someone that you're not, for you to try to hold in your personality, and for you to try to cater to the needs of those around you. This is a weird tip, but close your eyes while you're dancing. So I've been to many events, in the past year, club events, other events like that. And I don't know what's wrong with people, but there's always some sort of hating bitch in the corner that's just like giving you the stink eye the entire night. Like, I don't know why you're mad that me and my friends are enjoying ourselves and living our best life. Or maybe that you're mad that the men around me are sweet and the ones around you are ugly. Okay, all jokes aside though, I don't know. I don't like seeing that, right? Like, I don't like seeing when people are looking at you or people are just, giving you a dirty look for no reason. Especially in the club. I don't know why I feel like girls are just so mean in the club. So what I do is I literally just close my eyes. I don't see any of that. I don't have to see any of those people being weird. I also don't have to see anybody dancing off rhythm. So that's a plus. I'll literally have days where I go to the club and I come back and I don't remember half the things because my eyes are closed. But I had such a good time because I'm just dancing with my eyes closed. Just try it out. And especially like if you're one of those people that are kind of shy, just close your eyes. You don't see anybody around you. There's nobody judging you because you can't see because your eyes are closed. Just try it. Stop saying yes. And I am such a hypocrite for even giving this piece of advice because I say yes all the time. But I do want to say that I've made progress in 2019 and I've said no a lot more because, like I said, I'm a very nice person. And I think that I am one of the most selfless people that I know. And that's a pretty big claim to make, but anybody who's watching this video who knows me can support that claim. And the thing is, when you are the type of person that I am, you get taken advantage of because people know what they're doing. People aren't stupid. They know that you're going to say yes, so they ask you to do things for them that they would never do for you. And, I've opened my eyes to that. And now I only say yes when I truly want to do something. So if I say no to you, then that means that, I don't want to assist you. I can see through you. You are using me for something. And I really want to work on this in the next year because I'm really tired of letting people take advantage. Conserve your energy, conserve your resources, do what's best for you. Embrace your beauty and don't feel bad about it. I don't understand how we as a society, we want people to feel good about themselves, right? We want everyone to feel beautiful and feel happy in their body. But then once they reach that and once they share it on like social media, everyone comes in, they're like, you need to humble yourself. Or, oh, you're not even that cute, like blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it's mostly men who try to humble women. I'm going to make a whole video on that actually. But even women, like women are tearing each other down all the time too. They're like, you need to get off your high horse. Listen, if you think you are the baddest bitch on earth, then believe it. Believe it. Post it everywhere. Share it everywhere. I love when I see people and they post the most like self-absorbed captions and videos and stories. Like, I love that because that to me shows that you love yourself, you are confident in yourself, and you don't care about anybody else. Because frankly, It doesn't matter about anyone else. You don't need to humble yourself. You don't need to do that. If, you know, feel beautiful, feel confident in yourself. Obviously, that's hard to do for some people. I understand. But once you get to that level, don't try to minimize it. I know I'm not the prettiest person in the world. There's way prettier people than me. But I don't think about that because I believe in my own sauce. And that's enough to get me through my day. You don't need that new makeup item. You don't need that new jacket. You don't need those new pair of shoes. And I had used to be a very impulsive spender, you know? I see a sale, I see something that's new, I buy it right away. But in 2019, I've saved so much money. It's actually ridiculous because I just haven't bought stuff for a long time. And everything that I have bought has been like, okay, you know, I need to replace something because I've run out of it. Or, you know, I need to get this. I've really tried to be more conscious about what I'm buying. And I've realized that throughout this year, without spending much money, I wasn't any less happy. I wasn't any less content with the things I've already had. So what I like to practice is like, you know, one thing out, one thing in. So it's like I get rid of one thing. So for example, I get rid of like one lipstick and I buy a new one, right? Like finish the things that you already have. You wear the clothing that you already have. Just style it in new ways. You don't need to spend all this extra money on things that are just so materialistic. 2019 has really showed me that people are all talk. People make outrageous claims all the time. People say that they will do things and not do things, and but they never live up to it. They really never live up to it. And I'm not even surprised anymore at how inconsistent everybody is with their actions or with their words. So that's why I have just like kind of lost faith in everyone. But I would like to say that I am everything that I say I am. So when I claim I'm going to do something, I will do it. When I claim I'm not going to do something, I won't do it. Everything that I claim, I have evidence to back up. So if I'm able to be so consistent, I am literally the most consistent person that I know. Anybody who's watching this video who knows me knows that if you see me one day, I will be the same way the next day. I will be the same way the next day after that. Because the way I see it is like, I don't like inconsistency. I don't like when people are constantly switching up. I don't like when people say one thing, do another. Say one thing, never do it. If your actions don't match up with your words, then I have lost all trust for you. I cannot rely on you anymore. So please, going into 2019, just realize that if you cannot back up something, if you cannot actually make something happen, don't claim it. Stop making all these outrageous claims. Stop saying all these things that you're never going to do. Be disciplined and be consistent with what you're saying. It's just you're wasting everyone's time and you're losing people's trust. I really can't believe I even have to say this. I can't believe like I've learned this throughout this year because I feel like this is something that I've known for a while, but I never really took in that people are constantly putting down others in order to make themselves feel better. And I see this the most on social media. Like a girl will post a selfie on Twitter and a random girl will just quote tweet it and say something like, oh, like, your lip gloss is ugly, or your contour is not blended, or your man's in my DMs, or something like that. Like, why do you have to take time out of your day to comment that on somebody? To comment that on somebody, to comment that on someone's post. Like, how miserable are you with yourself that you have to publicly shame someone for like over something so stupid? So that just goes to show with the previous things that I'm talking about. People are so insecure with themselves that they need to put others down so that they can get some sort of recognition. In this case, okay, you're going to get a few likes on Twitter. Does that clout help you? Like, does that make you feel better? If it does, seek therapy. Men are still smelly. They're still dirty. They're still trash. You know, another year has gone by and my expectations have not changed at all. Another year has gone by and my thoughts about men have not changed at all. And of course, it's not all men, but it's a great majority. It's a big majority, actually. And I feel like almost every single man I've ever encountered in my life has some sort of aspect of trash in them. And don't get me wrong, women are also very trash, but the extent of trash that men are, it's like, I don't know. It's like if you took all the fucking garbage disposals, like all of the landfills in the world, and like combine them all together, like that still wouldn't be equivalent to the amount of trash that men are, to the level of trash that they are. So please, men, just fix up. Just please do it. And I know it's not all of you. Some of you are great, but that some is a very, very, very small percentage. So if you're a man and you're watching this video, I'm sorry, but chances are you're probably trash. Experience it now because, later you might be in a completely different mindset. You might be with completely different people. You might not even be alive. So the way that I see it is like, I want to experience things right now. Money is important, obviously, but at the end of the day, if I'm going to be spending money on experiences with the people that I love, then that's money well spent. And, there's a lot of things that I've done this year that maybe weren't the best decisions money wise. But at the end of the day, those experiences that I've spent that money on will last me throughout my entire lifetime. And, in a few years, I don't know where I'm going to be, right? I really don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have the same people around me. I don't know what type of mindset I'm going to be in. So that's why, I want to always live in the moment right now. And I want to do things right now. Because if we just keep waiting our entire lives, to travel or to experience certain things like that, the future is not guaranteed for any of us. And that's why in 2019, I've really tried to live right now in the present. And I'm going to continue to do that for the rest of my life. 2019 has really showed me that people are extremely selfish. And that is disgusting. It literally makes me want to vomit when I think about that. So, like I mentioned, I think I'm the most selfless person I have ever encountered in my life. Like that I've personally encountered, okay? And the way that I see it is like, if I can take some of my resources, some of my knowledge, some of my privilege, and use that to help others, then why wouldn't I do that? Like, I understand that people want to put themselves first, and I do that too. But at the same time, it's like you can still put yourself first and help others. You don't have to be so selfish in that way and just conserve everything to yourself. And like, we're all here for the same reason. We're all on this planet working together and living together. And I feel like that's why there's such a divide, because everyone just focuses on them and them only. But you don't realize that, like, we're literally all the same. We're literally all connected in some way. So when I'm helping you, I'm helping myself. When you're helping me, you're also helping yourself, because we're all connected. And when you bring up someone else, that also brings out something positive in you. For that reason, I don't appreciate that majority of the people I know are very selfish. And in 2020, if I think that you're a really selfish person, then I'm gonna just have to do the snip. I can't be around it anymore. I'm really sick of people being so disgustingly selfish in every aspect of their life. My final thing that I've learned this year is that you really need to invest quality time in yourself. A lot of my life has been focus on others and, take all your resources and work all the time, go to school, study every freaking day, don't take any breaks. And I've realized that, like, you cannot keep up with that forever. Like, you just need those days where you don't do anything. You need to have those conversations with yourself. I literally, everywhere I go, when I drive by myself, I just talk to myself in my car. When I'm taking a shower, I'm just talking to myself. And it's helped me so much. I've learned so much. Every time that I invest some more time in myself, for example, giving myself a day to just like de-stress and like clean my room, or go to the gym consistently, cook myself good food, do things like that, go out and eat by myself. Like, those things have helped me so much throughout this year, and I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about how I want to be and the person that I want to become. So that's really my last kind of big thing that I've learned this year, is that you really need to invest time in yourself, invest effort, because you are the most important person in your life. That brings the end of this video, and I really want to wish you guys all the best 2020 ever. I really hope that it's your best year ever. I pray that you and your entire family have immense health, happiness. I hope that you reach all your goals and you truly succeed, and that you end off 2020 way better than where you started. And I really hope that you guys can invest time in yourselves to grow and learn and become better people. Let go of those toxic mindsets, cut off those toxic people, forgive those who need forgiveness, forgive yourself. And if things aren't working out, then change something that you're doing. Switch up your routine a little bit, try something new, go after the things that you've always wanted to. Tell that person that you truly love them. you know, I really want this year to be amazing for all of you. I'm so excited. I know that time is just a construct, but it's really comforting knowing that a whole year has passed by and a new one is coming. And I think that we all need this fresh start. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other videos. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. If you don't want to do any of that, that's fine too. Once again, Happy New Year's. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.